I think he's talking about knowing the reasoning behind decisions. Duel Links does it. Master Duel does it. Cross Duel. What is Cross Duel? We'll probably do. What is Cross Duel, Dyer? Is that a new? Is that something that's new or already out? I don't know that one. That's not the Speed Duel video game, is it? But yeah, like this, the number one thing that I take from this chat is it's said that like the communication with Konami has been so I mean, basically like 3 times in the history of the TCG chat. The TCG is fucking 20 years old. The TCG is 20 years old. It's a battle royal game? Okay, I definitely don't know that one. He'd get canceled for that nowadays. I blame MBT. It's on mobile. Never mind. If this is a mobile game. Let me see what it looks like. Oh, this
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Is new.
Cross Duel is a brand new, innovative way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That anyone can enjoy. In this series of videos, we're showing you everything that you need to know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel ahead of its release.
This kind of sounds like TGS anime. Okay, it's not. I'm like, is this TGS anime?
In this first video, we're going to show you just how this completely new Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience works.
What is it?
As you can see, all 4 players are interconnected by lines which form a cross. That's right, all 4 players. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like...
Yo, they got a black character! Pog! Why can't she have a name, though? They got a black character, Pog, and her name is Konami.
All 4 players. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like you've never seen it before.
I'm feeling this.
The left line connects to the player on your left, the central line to the player opposite you, the right one to the player on your right.
Okay.
In Cross Duel, when you summon a monster, you summon it into one of these 3 lines. In the main phase of each turn, you can summon up to 3 monsters. You can summon the monster in attack position or defense position.
Wait, so are there no pendulums? Because this is a pendulum.
If you summon it in attack position, it moves along the line towards another player.
The hell is this Dungeon Dice Monsters? Bro.
If you summon it
What
in
is
defense
this?
position, it stays put, ready to protect the line.
What?
Then, in the battle phase, your attack position monsters go on the move.
This is
They will
confusing.
progress along their respective lines until they encounter another player's monster. When 2 monsters collide, they battle. And just like in regular Yu-Gi-Oh!, the monsters with the highest attack points or defense
I
points
think I saw
wins.
Trickstar Lights, Candina.
The winning monster loses the points difference, while the losing monster is eliminated. So it's not only which monster...
Okay, so far, is this just big number game chat? Cause like I'm sensing just like Blue Eyes Tier 0, bro. This sounds like big number. Like where it just play the monsters with the highest attack? Like unless you have to tribute, I guess.
Monsters you summon that are important. The player you target with your summons are key to your Cross Duel strategy.
It's not Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
When your
it's a Yu-Gi-Oh
monster
flavored
reaches
game.
another player, it'll attack the player directly. It'll
Yeah,
damage that
8,000.
player's life points by the number of remaining attack points the monster has. On top of that, in Cross Duel, you gain any life points that one of your monsters takes away from another player.
Oh, okay.
Things can
that's how you
change
make
quickly in
it
Cross
last
Duel.
longer.
One turn, you could be struggling in last place. The next turn, you can flip things upside down and go all the way to first. Trap cards and spell cards also feature in Cross Duel. You can set trap cards during your main phase. If their conditions are met, a trap card will activate. Use them to catch other players out and turn the tide in your favor.
Yo, so how would like Mirror Force work? Cause battle traps seem kind of crazy, chat. If I can Mirror Force 3 players, seem kind of spicy. Unless it's gonna be like legend cards, like in Speed Duels, where it's like, oh, it's a legend card. You know what I mean? Basically, like, what's it called? Can I play a monster? I'm gonna play Runic. I'm I'm gonna deck out 3 people at once.
You can play spell cards during the battle phase before any monsters move.
What?
Use spell cards to your advantage to ensure your monsters prosper to victory. There are 8 turns in a standard match of Cross Duel, so that's 8 main phases and 8 battle phases.
Which is 7 more than a current Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel, by the way.
Don't go too early with your most powerful cards. Cross Duel is all about timing and strategy. Watch the field, think ahead, and make your play at the critical moment.
No, the fact that there's no main phase 2 Dueling, that really shouldn't surprise you, because, like, Duel Links doesn't have main phase 2, speed duels don't, like, main phase 2 is something that's, like, only a pro duel thing. So basically, like, all the other spin-off Yu-Gi-Ohs, like, no, they basically, none of them have main phase 2. You know, so, like, the fact that there's no, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Sometimes you'll need to work
Yeah,
together
Utopia?
with an opponent to take other players down. Form temporary alliances and break them when the time is right. The game ends when one player's life points have been depleted to 0, or when all 8 turns have elapsed.
And whoever has highest,
The final
I guess, wins.
positions are worked out based on each player's life points.
Oh, it's a battle
The player
royale.
with the highest life points is the winner. That's our quick introduction to Cross Duel, a brand new game that fuses the soul of Yu-Gi-Oh! With a dynamic 4-player experience that is something for everyone. And this
is this going to be successful, Twitch chat? Who's the audience for this? It can't be streamers, right? Zoomers? Like, who's the audience for this? Isn't it? It's already out? Is it really? So this video came out 6 weeks ago, basically.
is just one of the ways you can enjoy the game. In our next video, we'll be showing you some of the different modes that will be available in Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel
Utopia looks
when it
dope.
launches in the near future. Make sure to tune in to the next
is that?
video on the 31st of August to discover about
They literally
raid
call the
duels, tag
card
duels,
shop gotcha.
and more exclusive content.
Neos. You know what, chat? I have to say this. Somewhat of a hot take. I think the best ace monster, chat, like the best main ace monster, do you guys know who I think it is? I think I just came to this conclusion. Who is the coolest ace monster? Neos, Stardust. I think it's Utopia. Like, I think, yeah, I just thought about that, and I'm like, I think it's Utopia. Like, not only does Utopia look really cool, like, just default, but he has, like, 3 forms. One of them is a freaking jet. He has, like, 10 different artworks. Like, I think Utopia is, like, the cool... I think Utopia might actually be the coolest, what's it called? Like, the coolest, ace monster, to be honest. Utopia, yeah, I think, what's it called? I think I'm just starting to learn, like, how cool Utopia is. It's a shame that the deck, like, sucks, but I think Utopia is really awesome. I think it's probably the best of like, the ace monsters. It has more than 3, 4... Does it? What's it called? I think I know I have at least 3 of his artworks, because I have the jet one, too. And he's a jet in one of the anime openings. Like, I thought that was just some shit they made up, but apparently that's in the anime too. I don't know if he ever takes that jet form in the anime, but that jet form didn't just come from. I thought this shit just came from nowhere. Summon Utopia
Step
and
2.
protect the.
Locate an opponent to play with, such as a friend or family
protect the
member.
whole game.
I think I can finally say that I have officially found
Wait, what is this? Reacting to the worst Yu-Gi-Oh guide on YouTube.
the worst Yu-Gi-Oh guide on the entire internet. You thought that
Oh, it's
off-brand
popping off.
2003 DVD with the 2 kids playing was bad? Think again. This Yu-Gi-Oh guide comes to us from a YouTube channel called Howcast, through leading experts and accurate, reliable information. Some of their most popular
it's
tutorials include
big.
such topics as how to kiss with passion, how to
Yo, Monka dog. How to kiss harder. They got a lot of videos on kissing.
Kiss harder, how to kiss dirty, and how to be the best kisser. With recent videos such as how to properly take a bath, which when I think about it might actually be more valuable to Yu-Gi-Oh players.
Yeah,
anyways, the
Yu-Gi-Oh
video
players
I
actually do
watched was how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, this video was
That video has 1.5 million? Why didn't I start my channel with that?
uploaded
Shit.
12 years ago. But you know, I just want to get some of the fundamentals. I just learned what Yu-Gi-Oh was last week, and I'm just trying to figure out how to play. I
It's
should
probably
point out
gonna be,
though, this video has
Duelist
1.5
Kingdom.
million views, so there are definitely more than a few people watching this and taking it
Duelist
seriously.
Kingdom
And to
will
those
probably-
people, I am very sorry.
How to play Yu-Gi-Oh! If you dream of entering the exciting world of Yu-Gi-Oh!, these tips will have you playing like a pro in no
yes.
time.
All right, so 10 seconds in, and they've already promised that I'm going to be playing like a pro Yu-Gi-Oh player. Now, obviously, that's always been my dream. I mean, I would love to be a professional Yu-Gi-Oh player. That said, I'm a little bit concerned about how they're going to be able to teach me to be a pro Yu-Gi-Oh player in what is literally a 1.5 minute long tutorial. But you know what? It's fine. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. We'll keep watching.
You'll need a Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck, an opponent with a deck,
Okay, first of all, I'll have you know that an opponent is actually optional. As a kid, I would oftentimes play alone in my room, and I would use both of them. Some of you guys did it too, don't lie. I promise I have friends now. Also kind of interesting that they mentioned that you'll need a Yu-Gi-Oh! Starter deck, and yet they don't actually tell you what deck that is or show anything on screen at all. I mean, granted, maybe they figured that, like, depending on when someone watches this video, the type of starter deck
I
to
had
buy
something to
would,
play
like,
with.
sort of change, but they could at least, like, show a starter deck Yu-Gi, I don't know.
an official game mat, and a coin.
Okay, really quick question. Does anybody actually still use coins for like anything in Yu-Gi-Oh anymore? I mean, I feel like we always just roll dice to see who goes first.
I don't. Chat. What does the I mean, this is a long time ago, right? I haven't read a Yu-Gi-Oh rule book in a long time. What does the rule book say? Is the way to determine who goes first? I feel like it's not a coin anymore. It says play rock paper scissors. Really? Because like originally, like OG chat back in like DM, it was like flip a coin. But yeah, I feel like they changed it. Random chance. I thought maybe they would have changed it to dice by now, like roll for it. You know what I mean? But I guess maybe they'd have to include a die then. But that's interesting. It used
Even
to
with
just
like
be a
coins
coin.
with effects, which barely really come up today, people will roll dice and just be like even as heads, odds, tails.
Any method
Okay,
is
sorry, I'm
random,
nitpicking.
random choice.
Optional, Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs, additional players, and an official rulebook.
Wait, why do I need an official rulebook? I thought this 1.5 minute long tutorial was going to teach me how to be a professional Yu-Gi-Oh player. Also, kind of unrelated, but I actually have kept many of the official rulebooks that I had as a kid and just picked some up as well as an adult, just because they're really...
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I had some of these. I think the only rulebook I have on hand, chat, is from Soul Burner, structure deck. I don't have any of my DM ones because I did get a starter deck Kaiba and a starter deck Joey and Pegasus when I was like a
nostalgic,
teenager.
and I liked them, and I also would read them
Not
when I
you,
was
though.
alone and like just got a new Yu-Gi-Oh product and next have anybody to play
Bro,
against.
old stuff is cool, okay, chat? Old, like, you just had to be there, man. You guys don't understand what it was like playing in DM era. It was like magical and shit, chat. It was just different. You know what I mean? It was. I can't explain like what like playing Yu-Gi-Oh in DM era. There was like a certain magic in the game. Maybe it's because we had magic cards. Maybe that is it. Now we have spell cards. My streamer is a boomer. It was different, Dyer. Like playing in DM. GX was fun too. I mean, GX was significant. I think GX was significantly better than DM era, to be honest.
It was just a fun thing, like reading the rulebook. Even though the early ones all looked the same, they would actually have different version numbers on them. Like this is version 5.0 and this is
Before
version 6.0.
everything was
I think I actually have a
depressing.
1.0
Exactly.
somewhere, but it might be
It is
like
it's
at
a
my old
one-time
house.
game.
Step 1. Study each card and become familiar with every monster, spell, and trap in your deck.
No sleeves.
All right, so I know we're probably gonna all end up roasting this video, but I have to say this isn't the worst advice. I mean, most Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read their cards at all, and just reading your own
Bro, I'm literally playing a deck at regionals tomorrow, chat. At regionals on Saturday, where I have not read all my cards.
cards and
This
kind
kid's
of being
ahead of me.
familiar with them is
I am
very
gonna
good
read these
practice.
Yeah, I am
More
gonna read
players
these
could
runic
afford to
cards.
do it. So
Probably.
good on them. Although the kid acting in his video seems like he could kind of care less, or like he just
Probably.
can't read the cards at all, but maybe that's just how he looks.
Collect booster packs to custom create your own unique deck and tailor it for each duel. The key to a good deck is diversity and balance.
I think I get what they're saying, but also like not at all. Like, what does that really mean? Does that mean that just having like one monster of every single type in my deck is like diverse and balanced? Or do they mean like a certain number of monsters, spells, and trap cards? As a kid, that's actually how I kind of rationalized it. I was like, oh, okay, a proper deck should be like 20 monsters, 10 spells, 10 traps. I'm sure some of you guys did it too. It would just be great if they actually, you know, provided some example of what proper deck building looks like, or some sort of a ratio, or literally anything beyond vague words that just sound like someone who doesn't play this game at all wrote this whole script.
Step 2. Locate an opponent to play with, such as a friend or family member.
What are these expressions these kids are making? Like, is that how you challenge somebody to a duel? You just sort of like treat it like a Pokemon battle? I challenge you to a duel.
I accept.
They really
If you look
are
really
always
closely, you can
around
actually
each other,
notice that
aren't
the
they,
second
Chad?
guy like kind of briefly breaks character and looks at the camera right before they pause it. I record a lot of skits. Just I notice these sorts of things.
While you only need 2 people to play, teams of several players can make each duel more challenging
What?
and fun.
So this actually like is not the worst tip in the world. Just making groups of players and kind of like breaking up into teams can sort of make it feel more like
Lovers.
a anime-like tournament. At least that's what I did when I was a kid. I don't know how you
Now
would
it's
necessarily do that as an
30
adult, but there are
20
Yu-Gi-Oh
spells,
like
2 to 3
sponsored
traps.
teams and stuff in the real world today. So
Step 3. Shuffle and cut each deck and place them face down on the game mat.
these are really terrible examples of how to shuffle your cards, but I will give them this. At least they're not doing the annoying like bridge shuffle or whatever it's called. Oh God, I can't stand that. I've actually seen that used in tutorial videos, so
That will mess your
they get a
cards
point
up.
for not doing that. It'd really be nice if these kids would use some sleeves though.
Step 4. Flip a coin to decide play order. The winner can choose to either receive or challenge.
Has anyone ever heard it described that way? I won the coin flip.
Receive or challenge. I don't know what those are. That's not even football terms. I get receive challenge.
I will
What?
choose to receive.
Step 5. Draw your first 5 cards and begin the duel by placing the cards face up.
Wait a second, that one kid just suddenly has sleeves and the other kid doesn't have sleeves? Like literally one shot before, they're just both using like unsleeved old cards, and then the next shot, the guy's got sleeves on his, okay.
And begin the duel by placing the cards face up and deciding a winner based on the card's information.
Okay, this is the part that I understand the least about this entire video. You just start by placing all.
Is that how Yu-Gi-Oh works? You just place all your cards on the field and then the winner just is decided by, I mean, honestly, current Yu-Gi-Oh kind of is like that. You could just look at both hands and be like, yo, I got this. I have to admit, chat, current Yu-Gi-Oh kind of like that. You could just look at both players' hands and decide like who's gonna win.
All the cards face up and deciding a winner based on what's on the cards. Like in a holistic
they
way, I
predicted
think
modern
that what they're
Yu-Gi-Oh.
saying is you just duel, but also like, what?
They haven't, yeah.
I win.
You know, in a way, that's not
I mean, yeah, they honestly predicted modern Yu-Gi-Oh.
that much different than modern Yu-Gi-Oh, though.
No, it isn't.
I mean, I guess it has that sort of playground Yu-Gi-Oh element to it, where like a lot of times we would just take vanilla monsters and sort of like look at the picture and assume that, oh, well, this flying monster could dodge your earth-based attack, or this water monster puts out your fire, so I win. But also that would mean that you're just like placing trap cards face up on the field just kind of regardless, so
Since the number of possible play combinations can number into the thousands, an official rulebook may be needed for beginners.
So here they go once again lying to me, saying they're gonna
Read
teach
the
me how to be a
rulebook.
professional Yu-Gi-Oh player with this 1.5 minute long video, and then they tell me, nah, you probably need to use a rulebook. Granted, they're right, the amount of interactions in this game can number in the thousands, or probably like hundreds of thousands at this point. I mean, I don't know, this game's really freaking confusing. But still, it's like, is this supposed to be a guide of how to play Yu-Gi-Oh or a guide of how to learn how to
What is
play
this song, by the
Yu-Gi-Oh.
way, chat? Is
Step
it like
6.
Yoshi's Island or
Determine
something?
the winner by scoring backwards from 8,000 for each player.
This is another one of those parts of this video that I just don't understand the wording of. Scoring
the Wii
backwards
Shop.
from 8,000.
Okay.
They couldn't just say that you have 8,000 life points. Not to mention, they don't even tell you how life points work. They just have these two arbitrary numbers on the screen above each player just going down randomly.
7,999.
7,998.
7,997.
7,996.
7,995.
They couldn't bother to at least just say like, oh, if you attack
They know
a
what's
monster,
up.
then you subtract
I'm
the
gonna make
attack
some beef
points
jerky.
from the attacking monster and the defending monster, and that's how many life points you lose. They literally just say, no, just score backwards from 8,000. Does that mean that I just get to decide how many life points someone like loses just randomly? Like, oh, well, you lost this turn, so you lose 700 life points.
The loser is the first to reach 0 points or run out of cards.
Fail.
Jeez, that dude was so salty when he lost.
Did you know?
At least I got
the
that part
comic
right.
book Yu-Gi-Oh! Began as a regular feature in the magazine Shonen Jump in 1996.
Okay. Why did they put that random bit of information there just at the very end of the video? Like, did you know Yu-Gi-Oh! Was published in 1996? Okay, that's your fun fact for the day. Subscribe, bye. So yeah, this video was completely useless. I don't even know why they made it, but yeah, I didn't really learn a thing. It's kind of funny, people in the comments like 100% agreed that this video was complete
I know why they made it.
diarrhea. I learned more from watching 2 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, so I need cards and an opponent to play Yu-Gi-Oh! The only thing this video forgot to teach us was how to summon monsters, how to use spells, how to set traps, how to set a monster in an attack or defense position. But besides that, I definitely feel like a pro. But it was kind of a laugh, and I mean, like, I sort of had a good time watching.
MBT makes Digimon videos? I didn't know. I know he plays Magic, or excuse me, if he doesn't play Magic, he has some connection with Magic. He probably plays Magic. I don't think people just have random connections with other TCGs. So I'll say I know he plays Magic, but he plays Digimon too. He was featured on Digimon creators' channels. Okay, so he doesn't make the videos. No, I don't really. To be honest, chat, I don't really dabble into like, goddamn. Why do I feel like this video only popped off because of MBT's name in the title? Because this person only got 5,000 subs. Actually, the easiest way. Look at the rest of their channel and see. Yep. 2.5, 2, 2, 3, 63. Yeah, I actually have seen this video, or it's been recommended to me. Yeah, okay. MBT hard carry. Like I don't really look at other TCG channels to be. I think it's kind of crazy, chat. Are Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, I guess Pokemon. Are Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh? I feel like really it's just, are Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh the only TCGs that people watch on YouTube, chat? Because it's surprising to me that other channels don't have the numbers that like. I mean, I get it. Yu-Gi-Oh's been around longer, but it's kind of surprising to me like they don't have the numbers we have. You know what I mean? Like this video only popped because Joseph is in the thumbnail and his name is in the title. If you look at this person's other videos, like clearly they're not doing these type of numbers. You know? So like I wondered about like when Dragon Ball was coming out with their card game, like is this going to be a thing that people are like watching week in and week out? Pokemon TCG, yeah, that's why I said that's why I didn't even. I'm like, I don't think Pokemon's in there. I think, Chet, it's literally just Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Pokemon, the video game and like the anime, like those get views, but I don't think the TCG does, which is also it's surprising to me, Chet, that people really just watch Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic. Despite all the other trading card games, I would think like, hey, one Dragon Ball channel would like have 50,000 or like 100K subs. And like, nope. People just watch Yu-Gi-Oh! And like, and it's good. Like, yo, thank God I'm in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Space because, you know, Chad had I never switched to Yu-Gi-Oh! From Pokemon, like, I guess I never learned how to play the Pokemon TCG, so I guess I'd be doing video games. Apparently, MBT has an actual deck. Yeah, but does he play though? Wildcat, how am I toxic? I'm toxic for asking the question of why other TCGs aren't blowing up on YouTube? How is that toxic? I'm just asking a question. I'm not saying the other games are better or worse than ours. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, if you're saying I'm toxic for saying this video only blew up because MBT's in it, yeah, it did. Like it only blew up because MBT's in it. Like that's just being realistic, chat. Or that's just being, honest about the situation. I've seen a bunch of smaller creators collab with larger creators. Literally only MBT as a guest makes the videos pop off. It's so weird. Cause MBT's the golden goose there. Like I don't. It is a little weird, but I don't like. I'm not surprised at all. MBT's the golden goose right now. So the golden goose in Yu-Gi Tubing changes periodically, but right now it's him. At times it has been Sam. At times it has been Simo. At times it has been Gage. Right now it is unequivocally MB. I mean, APS have kind of always, they've been popping for a while, but right now it's Joseph. I'm about to abandon Yu-Gi-Oh for Magic. Feels whitest, man. I'm too. I've never that thought has never crossed my mind, chat. Like in my time playing Yu-Gi-Oh, I've never thought like I'm going to quit Yu-Gi-Oh for another card game. I really haven't even thought about quitting Yu-Gi-Oh. Like hard. Well, I thought about quitting Yu-Gi Tubing, but not quitting Yu-Gi-Oh itself. Like I can still play the game.